What type of Reddit users you hate the most? Personally, I detest those elder gentlemen who make fun of someone's appearance when they lose an argument. Anyone in a political sub that will ban any opposing views no matter if they are correct or not. So echo chambers is my answer. Those who don't want to have a discussion about a topic. Most likely because they are way too dumb to have one. So instead, they retort to either making personal accusations or insults. Braindead, power-tripping mods. Validation posters. Like you check out their profile because you are curious. It is the same exact pic posted in every single subreddit. I'll have to go with the mods. They will delete your comment and suspend you. Can I see what I wrote that was so bad? People who report your post as suicidal to block it from others. All the double standards on Reddit in general. The moderators who disagree with you so they ban you. The ones that get hurt by what you say so they dig super deep in your comment history for something to use. I hate most of you. Those weirdos that write an essay to argue with a post you made 8 months ago. People who make non-political post subs into political post subs. Women who hate every single man on this planet LMAO. People who make posts that are easily answered by Google web search first. When someone responds with nothing of value to specifically a discussion post, I don't agree. Okay, why? What's the point in verbalizing your downvote? Lol. People who bring up women and women's issues when the questions are specifically about men and men's issues. We know that women have a difficult time. We're not trying to say they don't. But for the love of everything holy, stick to the topic at hand. Tankies. This is pretty specific. But users who just have to give their opinion. Despite clearly not having a clue. Being wrong and useless. You could specifically ask for opinions of men who grew up in the 80s. Have a handlebar mustache and like the band The Smiths. And you would get, well, I'm a woman in my 60s and I've never heard of the Sympthus. But I think. And somehow. It's the top comment. People who bring up post history to discredit you. The ones who get mad at you for hurting their feelings in one sub so they follow you around to other subs. Of scammers. Most recently, I wrote a comment and got several people making vague responses about my post history. Being real creepy about it. Overall, I hate Redditors that just write this. It's like a monkey pointing out another monkey's turd at the zoo. Ask men users who are so hopelessly lost at life that they need to ask for help with buying underwear, taking a piss, and masturbating. The ones that have to find a way to being politics into discussions that have nothing to do with it. The ones who act like they're special, claiming they don't know who a celebrity is. If you have to resort to insults, you've lost the argument. Mine is a little bit more nuanced compared to the top comments. It's 2 for me 1. This 2. S. I hate people who call any criticism entitled. Ruins the whole damn conversation. The gay community. Everything is an offense. They are always posting frustration post because someone was insensitive. As a gay person, IFKN hate the community. Bunch of weak-ass people. Take a joke, have a sense of humor, grow some balls. Damn. The contrarians. Unfortunately, there are a lot of them, but the worst might be the ones with no point or make wild assumptions. Personally hate the geniuses who proclaim every video is fake or staged or reposted. Like, who gives a fuck? Fake, it's fake. Like, okay, cool, nobody cares, dude. The type of people who make posts to complain about basic petty shit that normally functioning people are able to roll their eyes at and move on. Like people not putting shopping carts away or someone not signaling before turning. People who are like, why do you focus on my tone and not my arguments? Well, because you sound awful, condescending, and like your main point is making me feel bad. The ones that dogpile down votes. Self-righteous ones, especially when it comes to politics. Misandrists. They are always bad obviously, but on Reddit they hit a new low. People that think the downvote button is an I disagree with this button. It's actually a this doesn't contribute to the conversation button. Mods. Am I the asshole? Ones. They're lost to the normal workings of the world and are heavily sexist. Their advice in most situations is to break up or call the OP toxic even if he did something by mistake. Mods. I get why they're needed, but there seems to be like 10 who are chill and use their powers justly. And like 90 who ban whoever they want for whatever they want whenever they want. Nothing ever happens. Redditors. When you ask for any sort of recommendation for some sort of service, the response you get from a lot of Nimrods is instructions on how to do the service yourself. I value time over money, and would rather pay someone to perform a service rather than do it myself. How hard is that to understand? I don't hate anyone. Obviously. Ignorance is a huge pain in the ass, but it's not enough to make me hate. I disagree with radical feminist and menslib types. I don't hate them, though. And at the end of the day, I'd probably stop and help them on the side of the road in RL. I'm glad Reddit got rid of the award system because TWOX was coming into our Ask Men and awarding their own or menslib comments. Enough to cause a landslide of teens to start hopping on the bandwagon and upvoting just because they saw an award. Then, it would hit top comment even though 99 of the adult male commenters were disagreeing. Most of them including myself. People posing questions to start a fight or the am I ugly posts by beautiful people pensive face. Moderator's bane of my existence. Everyone in this thread. Anyone who is unable to have a rational discussion about anything. I'm the only right and my opinion is an undisputable fact. You can't disagree with me and not be dumber than an ape because clearly I'm the supreme being and my opinion is word of God. This only goes for facts. You can't argue opinions and preferences. Unless you're on Reddit, that is. The ones who become mods and abuse their power via censorship to create another echo chamber type. Sub. Overuse of acronyms that the author just assumes everyone on the planet automatically know. Virtue signalers. People who label everything as an example of toxicity, ISDS, and phobes. They have a high proclivity for incoherent and disingenuous arguments. Mods nuking entire threads because the comments weren't all sunshine and roses. Delete the slurs. But people are allowed to argue and curse. We don't need a full-on sanitation department. What type of Reddit users you hate the most? Yes. The ones that vote on posts without taking into account what sub it's posted. The power mods that let this happen. Admins are technically Reddit users, so they're up there. People that downvote people solely because they disagree with them. People that dogpile down votes and literally no one tells the commenter what they disagree with. As someone who genuinely loves Star Wars, it's gotta be Star Wars fans. The pseudo-intellectuals who infest every news political sub. Radical feminists. Even asking a question on Ask Are Women and R2X chromosomes as a man gets you attacked. And all the topics are not anything like Ask Men, it's almost all critiquing and attacking men.